Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakaria.
You're about to meet a studentpreneur who is turning his academic expertise into a thriving business. We are talking tech innovation, education, and a whole lot of hustle. Do not miss this inspiring episode. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakaria. I'm an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's podcast is Amuda Rasheed, the founder of NekxrLab, a hub where innovative digital solutions are built. He is a 400-level student of computer science at the Air Force Institute of Technology, AFIT, Kaduna State. Amuda is a thriving entrepreneur in the technology industry. His flagship product, 360 School, that is my360school.com, is an AI-powered school management system that streamlines administrative tasks for schools. As a final year student of computer science, Rasheed brings a unique blend of academic expertise and real-world experience with over 5 years in the software development industry. He has established himself as a skilled full-stack software engineer, cybersecurity analyst, and content writer. Amuda's passion lies in leveraging technology to solve real-world problems, particularly in education and business. He has successfully built and pioneered various innovative solutions with several more in development. Hi, Rasheed. Good morning.
Good morning, Fatima.
How are you
Thank
today?
you. I'm good.
Thanks for joining me on my podcast. I hope you're excited.
Of course, and I'm very sure our audience also will love this groundbreaking session.
I hope you bring all the tech energy to my podcast.
Yeah, don't worry, we are here.
Let's start this way. So, Rasheed, what initially sparked your passion for technology and problem solving?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Thank you very much, Fatima. Answering your question simply, first of all, my curiosity. Yeah, I'm a curious-minded type of a person. So whenever I see a problem, I try to be curious on why this problem should be existing. What should be done to get this problem solved? How do we actually implement those things to get this problem solved? So I looked around and I felt like there are different problems that is actually going on our society, and people are there outside. You cannot just be looking at these problems, lying down helpless without anything to get them solved. So I think being a technical person, there are ways we can use technology to solve all these problems lying in our society. That's why I felt like, yeah, I have to delve into the technological space. So that curiosity made me step into the ring, and here we are, thanks to the good God.
I love that. So concise. Okay, now can you give us a breakdown of NekxrLab? What is it all about?
Okay, thank you very much. So NekxrLab is coined from Nexus and Laboratory. So Nexus Laboratory. So it's a kind of a hub where we build innovative technological solutions. But we don't just build tech solutions. We build these tech solutions for businesses and education systems across Africa. So we have different flagship products, and some of our flagship products include 360 School, which is currently a SaaS platform for school management and an AI-powered system. So we have another product, it's called Nexel. So Nexel is an on-demand home service platform that connects skilled artisans with customers. So we have different products like that, and currently we are giving an impact to the technological space thanks to the good God.
That is what NekxrLab is all about.
Exactly.
So now, how did your experience at AFIT shape your entrepreneurial journey?
That's a great question. Actually, looking at my experience in AFIT, Air Force Institute of Technology, so it has indeed shaped this journey actually. In one word, how it shaped it is through dedication. Because the only place where I see the testament to dedication is actually at AFIT, not before I even enter AFIT. If I say, are I used to be a dedicated person. I used to be a passionate person. Before I entered that field, I think it's all a lie. But because we need to balance these things together, we need to give each of these things what they deserve. The academic performance must be there, and at the same time, the success of this entrepreneurship journey must be there. So I think this drive me to bring down my dedication into reality. So it actually gave a lot of benefits. I cannot even finish mentioning here. So
I get that. Thank you so much for that. Okay, now, do you have a team?
Yeah, of course. We have a team of innovative people with different niches and different skill sets. So, for example, we have the design team. They focus on anything design, anything creative design. The team includes developers, designers, and business professionals, because these are the people that help build and manage our various products.
I get that. So now, how did you transit from being a student to a CEO and manage the responsibility of leading a team?
Thank you very much. That's a great question, actually. And this question, do you know what? This question, my investors, they mostly ask this question very, very well, because they want to know, you being a student, and at the same time, you want us to invest on your products. How do you want to be sure that we are not just investing on something that will work out? So, first of all, if I was talking about transitioning from being a student to becoming a successful CEO, it's without doubt a journey that requires strategy, persistence, and adaptability. So I personally have actually designed steps. I think these steps also can actually help young entrepreneurs who are also students to also transit between these two visions. So number one, I think the first step is actually to develop a clear vision earlier on. So that means you start divining what I want to achieve, what exactly I want to achieve, and the type of business I'm actually passionate about, even while I'm still a student. So I will define those goals, because this type of vision will guide our actions, and it helps us make decisions that align with our long-term goals. So developing that clear vision is the first thing to actually do. So before you now leverage on student network, connect with classmates, professors, industry professionals, because these connections can later become valuable partnerships, valuable mentorship, and even team members. We can't say. So we should do that. And moving to the third is you start small and you side hustle it. So that's how I say it. Start small, side hustle it as a student. You say, because you begin your entrepreneurial journey while still in school, create some side projects, some small businesses, even freelancing gigs. But just make sure these things, they allow you to test your business ideas. Like, give it a test while you are a student. Because something you do while you are juggling multiple things together, it's tough. The moment you are free and those hindrances, those obstacles pave way for you, you'll be able to give more returns of results, more successful returns when you are free of all these obstacles, challenges, because being a student is a challenge to entrepreneurship. So, but if you're able to start small and side hustle it, you begin the journey, you are creating projects, small businesses, it might be physical business, it might be virtual businesses, it might be freelancing gigs, but just make sure you use those business to test your business idea, because your early ventures might be small, but they can teach you valuable lessons about leadership. They can teach valuable lessons about finance, about resilience and stuff like that. And I learned to prioritize my tasks and delegate when needed. So these are things that helps and is helping. Then the last thing is understanding the business fundamentals. There are different courses on business. You take courses on business. I've taken different courses on business, finances, management, a lot. Even if they aren't part of our main study program in school, we need it. So, because understanding how businesses operate, things like marketing, accounting, legal regulations, they will help us to avoid many early pitfalls as a CEO. Because the minute you come to that CEO-ship position, that name is just a 3-letter word, CEO. It's more than that, actually. Finally, we learn to think like a CEO. Transitioning to CEO mindset means that you are thinking about the big picture. And I think the last thing, you have to just keep learning. We are students. We're still curious. We keep learning, because the most successful CEOs, they never stop learning. Yeah.
There is this thing that excites me about your response is you mentioning time management application or software, if I get what you said correctly. So you have examples of this time management software or application and how to utilize them. Just give us maybe two, so our audience can know how to go about using them.
I will recommend two tools for task management. There's a tool they call Todoist, Todoist. So it's a task management tool. It's good for creating to-do lists with deadlines. So you can organize tasks by projects, academics, businesses, and you prioritize them based on urgency. So I've mentioned Todoist, and the second one I will mention is Trello, Trello. Trello is actually an AI tool that allows you to manage tasks with boards, lists, and cards. So one can create separate boards for academic tasks and different projects like that. So these are the tools that works. There are also different. There are millions of tools outside there. So there are Togu, there are Rescue Time. We have a lot that I cannot even mention here.
If I should ask you to keep going on, then we can mention like 100, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay, Rasheed, you made mention of finance when we were talking. I want to ask you, what strategies do you use to fund your early ventures and get NekxrLab off the ground?
That's a good question. You see, finance, because that's number one excuse is that we students do give. Yeah, it's worth to be an excuse. It's worth it, serious, because we are in a country whereby financial stability it's somehow adverse. So, but talking on a personal level, getting NekxrLab off the ground and ensuring its financial stability requires a combination of strategic planning, marketing, and smart resource management. One thing I will firstly advise each and every one of us is this. You see, then I do make excuses on being an entrepreneur. It requires money. No, the thing is, there is these 3 tips that aspiring entrepreneurs should actually know about. I think I mentioned one. You start small and side hustle it. You see, you don't need to be. You don't need a $1 billion idea to start. And number 2 is you leverage free and affordable tools. This is a 21st century. There are different free tools that is needed to be used, and there are also affordable tools. Like, I don't know if did you even know that you can even run an entire business using free applications? Like entire business using free applications. Yes, I will talk to the mind of developers outside it. We give excuse on some tools that are not affordable financially. For example, we build a project that requires Google Map feature. Integrating a Google Map feature into an application requires you to use Google Map API, and to get an API key from Google requires some dollars. It's very expensive. But we students that want to create applications that needs Google Maps to be integrated on it needs that API also. How are we going to solve that when we don't have the money? Well, it's not a compulsory for you to use Google Map API keys. There are different open source API that does even more than what Google does, and at the same time they are built for free. So I use free things a lot, and the moment you get to some stage and you think yes you are getting off the ground, then you move to some affordable tools with little bit of finance. So you purchase, you buy, you subscribe, you do things little by little. By the time you will see it in the next 5-10 years of your establishment, you see that yes, you are going big. You are now running $1 billion company. So talking of my own NekxrLab, started with nothing. Yes, started with nothing. Seriously. First of all, I did some market research. I identified my target audience. I understand who my customers are, what are their needs, how my product wants to solve their problems. I conducted surveys to gather insights. So because there are competition outside, so you have to research on your competitors to identify their strengths and weaknesses. You mean to identify those strengths and weaknesses, you find gaps in the market that your industry can fill. So that was what I did also. I found gaps in the market that NekxrLab can fill. And the moment I found those gaps, what did I do? I developed a strong value proposition. So I clearly articulated what sets NekxrLab apart from my competitors. Then I moved towards creating a solid business plan. You will be doing this thing even without money. You create a solid business plan. Don't think of money yet. Just forget about that money. Talking of mine, I developed a comprehensive business plan where I outline my vision, my goals, my strategies, my financial projections. I developed this thing, and they've been a valuable tool because this plan will be a valuable tool when seeking investors or funding. You know, you are in a tech conference or you are in a meeting and you're talking about your business with people, you're talking about your ideas. But fortunately, you meet an investor. Investor will say, wow, I love this, I love that. Who are you? What do you do? You don't have a business plan. And the investor is asking, okay, what's your ROI? What's your financial projection? You don't have anything to give out. That's how you miss the investor. So you have to create that solid business plan, even with zero capital. You create it first. Then after creating that, you move to the next step. That's funding options. That's where you look for funding. I've looked for funding a lot. I look for funding from angel investors, from venture capitalists, and sometimes there's this thing we call bootstrapping. You use your personal savings also to fund initial operations and growth. Because my boss used to quote something that in this Nigeria of ours, investors, they don't believe in what is working until it's worked. So that means you as a student, you have to make your thing, you have to make it work. Let them know that I've done this thing and it has done this thing. So that means you use your little personal savings to fund initial operations, to fund initial growth, because it gives you complete control, but although it may limit your resources. So that's when you now look for angel investors and venture capitalists. You seek investors who are interested in your industry. You prepare a compelling pitch that showcases your business potential. You do that, and sometimes I think crowdfunding sometimes to work, but I think I don't leverage on that. Doing crowdfunding to raise funds by pre-selling products, but I don't do that. I focus on personal savings and angel investors. So I do it a lot. I attended different conferences, speak for investors, pitch my products through a well-compelled pitch strategy. And by the time you see it, you just meet some kind of Samaritan, although they are business partners. So you just kind of meet them. You're like, wow, I love this. So I'm talking based on an experience. I've experienced such very, very well. I met my investor in a setting that I never expected. Like, I didn't even expect it. I was working with someone. I was like I held my system with one of my students. Let me say one of my team members. So I was explaining something to the person, to the guy. So this man just walked in front of us. He now paused. He was like, sorry for disturbing you, please. Are you a developer? I said, yes, I'm a developer. How may I help you, sir? He was like, wow, can we have a little bit of a talk? So when I stood up, I went to meet him with this guy. He was like, I eavesdropped. He told me that he eavesdropped and he had some things. He said he had about a product that I mentioned to the guy that I was sitting beside, and that was Dempster. So he said he had about this product, and like, wow, that's a grand innovation. Can I know more about it? And I explained some little bit. I explained more about the product. By that time, I've explained more product of mine. I've gone outside what he even requested for. It was like, wow, that's very good. So it was like, how can we push this thing through? That's how it started. How can we push this thing through? He has the money, I have the resources. That's how it works. And at the same time, building strong online presence also works. It works a lot. It works a lot. You need to engage with your audience, share valuable content, promote offerings that can work better for you. Partnership and collaborations, yes, it also works. Yeah, I partner with business owners for most of my products. I partner with influencers. These are the ways to get some things done. Everything is not about money in the first place. I've also made those mistakes. I don't have money. No, that's first. The money will come.
All right. Do you have any challenges you are currently facing?
At NekxrLab, yeah, there's no successful model that comes without challenges. Actually, I think this is our first challenge: gaining visibility. Because it is until you gain visibility before you gain credibility of your company. We are still moving, so this is a starting point, and we are pushing through.
Okay, quickly, Amuda Rasheed, before we move on to the next segment, I know somebody somewhere is listening right now and doing like, wow, where can I find this person? Where can they find you?
Thank you very much for that. So basically, I use LinkedIn and Facebook. So on my LinkedIn, my username is NekxrLab. So and on my Facebook, my profile, if you just search the Amuda Rasheed, DCHEMUDA Rasheed, RASHEED, the Amuda Rasheed. So I think that's my username on Facebook.
All right. Thank you so much, Amuda Rasheed. It has been an amazing time with you on the podcast. All right, listeners, we are moving on to the next segment of the podcast. Get ready to learn how technology can spell your business success. We are looking into the topic, Tech meets Entrepreneurship, the digital advantage. Tech meet entrepreneurship, the digital advantage. Okay, Abdurrashid, come to think of it, now we can see that everybody is going into, in one way or the other, we are going digital as business owners. But then I still believe that there are still people who are not leveraging like technology. In brief, how can businesses leverage technology to streamline operations and improve efficiency?
Thank you very much. I will just give three tips. First of all, we should focus on the digital advantage. We are talking of digital age. So for the digital age, you need digital advantage. This is because this is the age where you can build an entire empire without leaving your bedroom. No board meetings, no suits, just you, your laptop, and a good Wi-Fi connection. Number two, build a strong online presence, like I said earlier. And the key is consistency. People will start paying attention. If you know it, you're an influencer, although without the TikTok dances. Number three, you have to adapt to change. Like I said earlier, the tech world moves faster than a student running to a class when they are late. You know the way we run if we are late to class. The way tech runs, it's faster than that too. Let me tell you. Because what worked last week might be old. Might be an old news next week. That's how it is. Think of it as doing assignments the night before they are due. To adjust, you adapt, and somehow you make it work. If we focus on these three things, we can expand it on our own. The digital advantage, building a strong online presence, and adapting to change.
All right. What are some essential digital tools or platforms for entrepreneurs to adopt?
Well, we've already been adopting. We don't just adopt it the way we should. We are supposed to adopt it. Number one is our social media. You are an entrepreneur. No matter what you have to adopt
social media. Yeah.
So it poses a lot of benefits. So we should adopt that social media and we should adopt it well. And the second thing we should all adopt is anything automation. Because I'm talking this on this 21st century. In the 21st century, learn to automate anything, everything can be automated. Everything. Just think of anything you want to automate. If you think that they are talking of automation, what do I want to automate in this particular thing? Go to your Google. How do I automate this thing? You will get results. There are billions of tools outside that you can use to automate anything. Is it analytical automation? Is it marketing automation? Is it customer relations, communication, accounting, project management? Talking of communication, we have Slack, we have Zoom. Talking of accounting, we have QuickBooks, we have Wave for managing finance and invoice. Talking of marketing, we have Canva for design. You can use Canva to be designing flyers, to design content for your agencies. You can use Mailchimp for email marketing. You want to market, you use Mailchimp. There are different email providers to do all those things. Talking of analytics, there are Google Analytics for tracking your website performance. You automate those things also. And for tasks, there are different tools to use. I use Zapier for task automation. So these tools enhance productivity, they streamline operations, and they support business goals. That's
right. Finally, Abdurrashid, what piece of advice would you give entrepreneurs looking to leverage technology?
Talking of people that want to embrace technology, the advice I would give is, in one word, you just have to be open to trends. Know something. Because the more you know, the more you do. My dad used to tell me something when I was young, and it has always helped. Know something in everything, and know everything in something. If you know something in everything, then you are that type of person that they can't say this and you will say, I don't know anything about it. No, you have to say something because you know something in everything. But at the same time, you have to know everything in something. So that means you should have that one specific thing that you are the brain behind. You are the guru of all. You have to have that one thing. So that means you know everything in something. So in one word, know something. Know something as an entrepreneur. Because the moment you know something, you will know about technology and you will know why you should embrace it. Because if you don't know the why, then you won't know if you should go for it. You have to know the why before you know the what. So, but if you know, you will know the why. So you have to know something in everything. I think that's my advice.
Thank you so much, Rasheed. It has been an amazing time with you on the podcast. And I'm very, very sure that with all that you have said, listeners, they do not only know something, they know many things from this conversation. They know many things, not something.
All right, hustlers, that's all we have for today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. I hope you'll be open to change. I hope you try as much as possible to learn something from everything. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakaria.